is Jessica Rodriguez, and my speech is going to be how an individual becomes a serial killer. My audience members are Amelia Hernandez and Angel Marmolejo. Have you ever wondered why people grow up and become serial killers? What led them down this path? The first question that is asked when the arrest of a serial killer is made is, according to the FBI, why did this person become a serial killer? Scientists have found that many factors play into account into making someone have serial killer or psychopathic tendencies. Nurture, orbital cortex, and genetics are some things that may make a person a serial killer or a killer. The way a child is nurtured can greatly influence what type of adult they will become. A typical profile of a serial killer involves childhood abuse, whether it is emotional, physical, or sexual. When the child suffers from abuse, it can lead to cognitive problems as well as creating a want for control and stability in life. In the book, Probing the Mind of a Serial Killer by Dr. Jake A. Ashby, a common characteristic in serial killers is an internal battle between a struggle of intimacy and control. This is caused by the abuse and the rejection they receive. When they are older, they try to find a way to control, and killing to them creates this missing piece. In the article, a behavioral sequence analysis of a serial killer's life from childhood abuse to methods of murder by Moreno, Reed, Yaksic, and Kentley, they state that the abuse has been connected with cognitive processing problems that lead to aggression with patterns such as hostile attribution bias. This can be seen when this person sees two other people laughing and believes those people are laughing at them. As well as positive evaluation of anger. Many serial killers have stated they've experienced some sort of abuse. In their research paper, The Incidence of Child Abuse in Serial Killers by Michelle and Abnott, they found that on average, 50% of serial killers suggest they have experienced psychological abuse, 36% have experienced physical abuse, and 26% have experienced sexual abuse. They have also found that childhood abuse has been linked to serial killers who kill out of sexual gratification due to these types of serial killers having experienced some sort of abuse besides neglect. As abuse intertwines with killing, brain injuries may result in the same. The brain of a serial killer and that of a normal person can be very different, and they help us understand why they do what they do. Criminals have a higher level of brain dysfunction, according to Larry J. Signal in his book, Criminology: The Core. Signal talks about minimal brain dysfunction, which is a disease that leads individuals to have periods of aggressive behaviors. This can lead to motiveless homicide. A deformed prefrontal cortex may also lead to the predisposition of killing. According to Knudsen and Deborah, they state in their journal, Violence, Behavior, and Cerebral Hemisphere Function, that the brain damage can factor into aggressive behaviors. Head injuries that have occurred in the early ages can lead to a deformed prefrontal cortex, and it could also lead to the dysfunction of serotonin and dopamine levels. This can cause a predisposition of killing. The brain region can differ from a regular person, as stated by Wagner and Baer in an approach to the neurology of aggression. Lesions in the frontal cortex have been seen in those who engage in aggressive behavior. Deterioration of the frontal pleural and the orbital frontal cortex have also been seen in criminal brain scans. Many may not believe that nurture such as abuse and brain injury can make a person a serial killer, but they believe genetics can. Many question, what is a child's destiny with their parents if their biological parents are serial killers themselves? It was discovered by Mednick, Barron, and Kendall in the article Predisposition to Violence by male adoptees with a biological father who have a criminal background and an adoptive father who do not have a higher chance of becoming a criminal than a male adoptee where both the biological and adoptive parents were not. In a study of predisposition to petty criminality in Switzerland adoptees by Colliner, Skidowski, Boham, and Noying, Copenhagen University created a study of 862 Swedish adoptee men, and the results showed that 12.1% of individuals became criminals when their biological parents were criminals. Although genetics plays a role in the environmental factors can contribute to individuals engaging in criminal behavior. The experience of childhood abuse, damage to the brain from early brain injury, or genetics can greatly influence what a child will be in the future. The thought process of a serial killer and why they do what they do may never be truly known, and we can only go off what the scientists have studied. This is not a one-answer question. As Ted Bundy once said, We serial killers are your sons. We are your husbands. We are everywhere, and there will be more of your children dead tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, let me just stop recording.